Just want to make sure the damn mic was there. So it's practically 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 9/20/23 June. Friday, Weaver, John C., Rosebank, California. Oh, yada, 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 yada. Okay, the lights are dimmed because I'm trying to save power as much as possible. And I'm overwhelmed. I got a lot of junk files being put in there right now. I'm just waiting for the computer to get the network cleared out. And once we get a solid internet connection, I'm going to load up everything that I got for the smaller files and just put them on the YouTube. I'll just put them under WIN file. This one I'll be labeling something on it. Okay, so past 48 hours, how the hell am I feeling? Sick to my stomach. How is anybody else going to be feeling sick feeling one way or another after hearing all this Trump shit going on left and right? I mean, my God, what the Sam hell is going on? It's like the 2016 nightmare about to end, but we still got the virus of the Trump infected the nation left and right, and not to mention the politicians. So we thought COVID was bad. This is worse. This is worse. Somewhere in my videos, I know I talked about divisions and subdivisions left and right, because we're seeing it more and more so at this point. When you got politicians, the Trumplicants in Congress, scrambling any and all militias or anybody else that's going to be willing to go over to the Southern Florida District Courthouse on Tuesday and line up in support of Donald Trump, or actually try to do something stupid. Basically, we got the feds and we got the locals out there, and they're not going to play on this one. I got a feeling he's going to go in for the 9 or 10 o'clock one. And he's going to be in his own, he's going to be where he is. I mean, Mar-a-Lago, transported over to the Fed, so he can get fingerprinted, ID'd, and arraigned. And then released on his OR. He's not traveling anywhere. He's not going anywhere. And if he does, he knows he's a marked man, so there's nowhere he's going to go, except maybe to a Trump rally. Unless, of course, the federals got to burr up their ass. Unless the Fed's got to burr up their ass. They'll Mirandize the guy. That's what they'll do. They'll say they're not going to do anything to me. I'm just going to get out of here. I'm going to do my rally, and I'm going to talk. But at this point, will the Fed do something that the state of New York didn't? Donald Trump, you're under arrest. Stick out your wrist. No, I'm not sticking out my wrist. Stick out your wrist. I'm not sticking out my wrist. Get this guy off of me. Hey, I'm just appointed temporarily by the court. Get him off of me. No. What? I'm appointed by the court. I'm not paid by you, Trump. We'll talk when you get processed. No, I'm not going to do this. He tried to look like a broken man when he got into the court system because he knew he'd been beat on that one. But, a bit of money will pay things off and he'll be fine and he'll be blathering his head off. But what happens if? What happens if Trump gets arraigned and put into custody? Will it happen? Will it actually happen? Will Trump actually get into jail? Into a federal holding cell? Did anybody happen to work out anything about this one here? Probably on a low, probably on a QT, but if Trump's lawyer heard about it, well, the ones that got fired. Oh, I love it. I mean, what was it, yesterday or the day before yesterday? Caitlin Collins on CNN was interviewing one of when they just got the indictment information. And the attorney was dancing up a storm. He wasn't going to display or discuss anything else. He already knew he had a parachute and he was getting the hell out of there. But he wasn't going to say anything because he was with his client. Now, here's a question. Is he going to be bellyaching on Fox News? And if so, the progressive media are going to be jumping on his ass on social media for this one. Because already the regular media is already jumping on CNN for this damn shit. They already lost a CEO. Guy named Licht, who's been there for about a year and screwed things up left and right. Licht was afraid that CNN had gone totally leftist, totally political, because more of their coverage was on Donald Trump and the Republicans and screwing things up left and right. But not to mention so they wanted them to go a little bit more centrist by getting Republicans on there. And man, it tanked, and the anchors were like, no, we're not doing this shit. You put Trump on here and then you got Pence. No. Bopped it all the way over to the Discovery Channel, who owns CNN at this point. And Zaslow was the name? Dodlick. So Lick's out. And they got 4 management personnel trying to manage CNN until they get someone permanent to oversee the whole shit. Meanwhile, the Trump show goes on. And it's... Didn't these guys ever get a lunch break? But if they did, they're out there for about an hour or two for pee and food and... Cough drops! Liquid! We gotta keep talking! Oh, look at the screen! It's no wonder I had to go crazy. And yeah, I did some of my videos right now. It's going to take a long while for them to get transferred. I mean, about 5 gigs worth. Oh, backup other stuff. I still got to go through the shit. But every one of them will be posted under WinLog because I don't have an adequate title for them just yet, but I will. But for this one, it's going to be the Trump Show. For history, and for those who are reviewing this thing, trust me, this was a decade you did not want to go through. This was the past couple of decades you sure as hell didn't want to go through. Listening to a grifter throughout the decades, conning his way through everything till he gets the golden ring. He gets to be voted in office. People listen to his bull. And then he's, I'm Trump president. I'm God. I can do anything I want. And he got particularly paranoid about everything. It's like Caesar getting the crown of the emperor. And he's on top of everything. Now, maybe he can trust some people, but the rest of them he don't trust. So he'll do things like Caesar did. Set people up for backstabbing. I thought learning English history back then didn't count for anything. Man, was I dumb. Because I should have been teaching me what the hell was going on right now as it is, and I should have been paying more attention to that. Sorry, Professor Thompson. I should have been paying more into class. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, especially when you have royalties going after each other left and right. What do you think we got right now as it is in politics? Royalties. Representatives, senators, president, and the judges. Everybody's got this touch of royalty in their damn head. Ego's running amok. And they're saying that this is unwarranted? You kidding me? This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. You kidding me? I had never seen anything like this in political history. But here we are. Whining and dining and wheeling and dealing. Telling people a bunch of con jobs and grift jobs left and right. He's a millionaire, but he wants their money. He's a millionaire, but we want the money. I had all these other things I still want people to pay for. Now I got to pay the restitutions to other people for the damn shit. But I want your money to do so in the first place. I need to get more money. He still has Trump Tower back in New York. Could have been evicted. Should have been evicted. But he owns the damn property. He owns the building. How the hell he owned it? I don't know. Maybe somebody could also do a criminal investigation. Was it legitimate? Was it not legitimate? And if it was legitimate, okay, he's screwed with that one. Did he pay enough taxes? Did he pay enough people? Did the people actually ready to revolt on that one? Ooh, why not? You had students going through his Trump University, which was buying more and more bullshit, and never realizing they got grifted. They got conned. Dumb fucks. Oh, and the best steaks in the world, the Trump steaks. Pieces of shit, are you kidding me? But he said it was the best steaks until people tried them. They're like, ah! Casinos that he owned. Up and down the coastline, up from East Coast to West Coast. What was it? Bankruptcy? Property being sold off? Names being torn down? Trump Towers, Trump Hotels. All he knew is the power of the grift. I mean, hell, he was worse than watching the movie. What the hell was it? No. The Sting. The Sting. Yeah. 1970s film. 76 or 77. Robert Redford, Paul Newman. Robert Shaw. Brian Dennehy? Huh. But it was a hell of a movie. Harold Gould. And watching this film. Ray Walston in there. It was one of my favorites. You're talking about grift like crazy. Going after a damn correct banker. And the low grifters grifted the shit out of him. Got the money and ran. You're talking about a grifting of a movie. That would be it. And it was supposed to be based off the 1930s. 1930s Depression. And in Illinois. But we're seeing it today in our lifetime. And people are so enthralled. They're so involved with Trump. And they think that he's better than every politician we've got. Boy, did it get conned like crazy. Even religious leaders wanted to anoint this guy and thought he was like the second coming. Trump was doing his bullshit where he's saying, in New York, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and nobody would know us. I just walk on. I don't care. I was there with 9/11. I was there at front. I saw it all. No, he didn't. He was somewhere else during that shit time. But I saw a lot of Muslims on the rooftop and they were dancing and hooping and hollering. Nobody was. You kidding me? And he brings documentation. He brings documentation from his former workplace that had classified intelligence and military stuff. During his tenure as a lunatic, he was telling people that he didn't need to read it. He knew everything. He was Donald Trump. They didn't know how to deal with this schmuck. The intelligence and the military people have a hell of a lot of disdain for the guy, but because he was voted into office by the people, they had to listen to the son of a bitch to a point. And the congressional people didn't exactly help much. And they're still not helping much. So how the hell are we going to be able to deal with this shit? And quite frankly, I don't know. Because if I knew, shit. But he's not in office. Biden's in office. The 2020 election came up. President Biden got in office. 22 came in. We had a congressional shift of the lunatics taking control of House of Representatives. And they are scaring the hell out of people left and right. They are scaring the hell out of people left and right because now we don't know what the hell's going on anymore. But we got this going on. Trump takes documents from from Mar-a-Lago, classified stuff, and now he's getting his ass kicked on this one. So no wonder the news media are having a frenzy. They're going with their context and everybody else, and they're talking back and forth and stamp stuff. He gets indicted. He and his lawyer co-conspirators, 31 counts in total. Now, some of those documents, military classified. He didn't give a shit. I'm Donald Trump. I can declassify anything when I was in power. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not in power, so I can't tell you what's going on. Yeah, what I did is showed you this stuff. But isn't this neat stuff? I can't show you it anymore because, I'll get in trouble. But, I don't care. I'm Donald Trump. Nothing's going to happen to me. What do you mean the lawyers are leaving me? What the hell are you going? I paid you. No, you. What do you mean I didn't pay you? I paid you. I'm not paying that bill. What is this? I'm not paying it. I ain't get the money for it. I got to get my donors going. Dad, you got millions in your bank. Shh. Keep that silent. Otherwise, make your life a living hell. Come on, lawyers, come back here. I need a good lawyer here. 1-800-Lawyers? What are you, crazy? Worst comes to worst, I'll hire me something else. I'll lean on the dependency of the court systems to get me one. I want something that follows my rules. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm Donald Trump. Okay. So he's Donald Trump with the head up his ass. That's all he is head up his ass right now. And because of all this shit happening right now, because all that damn crap happening, we got to deal with it. Us taxpayers. And the thing is, I'll blame everybody who voted for the son of a bitch and keeps voting for the son of a bitch and keeps believing in the son of a bitch. They thought he was Santa Claus. They thought he was the second coming. They thought he was anointed. A lot of people get screwed over by a damn con man. But they still want to stay with him. And they don't know why. Because they're afraid, they're embarrassed, they're angry at themselves, and they don't like the other alternatives out there who are saying, well, I'm better than this guy, I'm better than this guy, and they're all following the same damn grifting bullshit. I'm sorry, I don't get any advertisers on my channel, and that's alright. My language is too damn nice for them. People warned them. People warned them how screwed up Trump was. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen. Not one of them. Even a representative who theoretically represents portions of LA County and mostly Kern County, especially my territory of Roseman, he's a staunch believer. He fought like hell for 20 years. He's plotted and planned to get to the speakership. And to do that, he had to sell his soul to the devil at this point. Well, now you got the mini demons around there that he sold his soul to. And they're trying to call the shots more and more. Meanwhile, the GOP and the Congress right now, for this congressional period right now, are shaking their heads saying, what the hell do we do with all these frickin' Trumplicants? Or are they what the hell? Trump called them again? Magadolonians or something like that? Magathonians? Ultra MAGA? Whatever the hell damn MAGA thing. It's still MAGA. Regardless of what kind of sectionalized subdivision they've got going on right now. And I'm still finding it hard to believe that people listen to his brainwashing. Yeah, I watched politics, and I kept trying to pay attention to politics as a kid all the way through my adulthood. I said a lot of things on my channel that I still swear to. I'm an observer. 57 years old, and I observed a hell of a lot. And tried to read. And tried to understand politics, history, and life itself and everything else going on. I'm also going through college. One more year, hopefully. You guys been paying attention to my story. You realize what kind of a long history I got. Even with this place. It doesn't make me the smartest guy around. To me, it just makes me a little bit more well-rounded a little bit because, yeah, I've had life experiences. I've listened and I've watched. And I've watched it on television. I watched it in real life. And I listened to it. And I read books concerning about political stuff. And I had to write essays about it in college. In my adulthood. But at this point, I don't know what the hell we're dealing with here. Really, I don't. All the damn paperwork we got that's classified is going to screw things up with our military, with the intelligence, and anything and everybody else. So no wonder we're screwed up. But you know what Trump keeps saying? I'm innocent. I was complying. They just broke in and took my stuff. It was my stuff. Oh, sure. Let's see. You had secrets of, oh, my God. What the hell was this? Well, what can I say? I'm Donald Trump. No, you're an asshole. I'm Donald Trump. You can't prosecute me. I'm innocent. Well, boy. Meanwhile, the maggots in the Congress are formulating whatever they can to try to protect, isolate, and also go against the federal government that they work for. We have a civil war going in our government because we got the maggots versus the regular politicians going after each other. We got Congress fighting among itself, both in the Senate and mostly in the House. We got Trump loyalists going to be coming out in droves, or trying to be driven into coming out in droves, to go after the federal government that people have gotten lied and bullshitted about. And now, I don't know what the hell we're going to do about this one, I swear. So, meanwhile, this is News Media Frenzy Day. They're going to talk about crap. They're going to talk about this like there's nothing else left for them to talk about. And for me, I have got to get myself saving whatever kind of vids I've got so I can transfer them to the flash drive, put them on the other computer, and slap this sucker out of here and try to save power as much as possible. This is my story. This is what I'm saying at this point over here. So I will talk at you later when I can, probably a little bit later tonight.